Hi, hello friends. Welcome to Face the Exam audio podcast. So today you will be listening to history class of classics NCERT based syllabus, and in this video we'll be focusing on the chapter The First Cities, and especially not the complete chapter, but we'll be breaking the chapters into different topics, and so that it will be easy for you to go deep into the topic and understand the topic. If you are preparing for your school exam or college exam or even for competitive exam, a detailed understanding of the chapter or the topic is most important. So we'll be doing that in different videos, and don't worry, we'll be providing you playlist so that you can easily go to the playlist and get all the chapters from there. So this is just an introduction. Anyway, in this video, we'll be talking about Indus Valley civilizations and the extent and the main sites of civilizations of chapter 4, The First Cities. Okay, are you ready? Yes, so let's get started. Okay, I've got a question for you. Have you ever imagined how the primitive people lived or survived in this world? Oh my God, it's not that easy process. See, they were not civilized like that, like us. They don't have any facilities that we enjoy right now. What they did was they used to wander from one place to another just in search of food, man. See, food was one of the most important things for them to survive. And primitive men, they have no idea about mobile phones. They have no idea about dressing themselves to show up in front of the society. No idea, nothing like that. They just want food. So to get food, what did the primitive men do? Yes, they started wandering from one place to another, because when they reach some place, they will get some food from there. But finally, they were not able to survive there just because they were attacked by animals, or some natural calamities might have happened, and they don't know how to produce food by themselves. So naturally, they started roaming from one place to another. And imagine, at some point of time, these primitive men understood that, okay, this way of life, living is not going to help us in any way. So we need to settle at some place so that we can produce food for ourselves. That understanding changed their life as a whole. See, the moment when they started settling at some places and started producing food by themselves, they started leading a semi-settled life. That's most important. So the idea of producing food by themselves literally changed their life, and they started leading a semi-settled life. And gradually, this settlement gave rise to the concept of village life and all. And they were in search of some fertile land so that they can produce food. They will get everything for their survival. And they understood that if you started settling near river banks, then that's the best option, because we have already discussed that food, water, and shelter. Water is the major important element in our life. We cannot survive in this world without water, right? So imagine a situation or a place where you will get ample water to drink and even cook your food, and for washing your clothes, and for any activity. And riverbank is the best place that you will get water, you will get fertile land for you to grow crops and all for your survival. So these are all things that they gradually understood. They don't have any textbooks for reference, all right? Yeah. So the villages were naturally set up in the fertile river valleys. Then people learned the use of metals like copper and bronze, because when they started doing agriculture activities, they required tools, so that those tools will make the task much more easier. And gradually, they unexpectedly discovered some kind of metals like copper and bronze, and they started using these kind of things for the activities that they are doing. Yeah, that's what is mentioned in the next sentence. See, better tools and fertile lands led to the surplus production of food items. Imagine, in the banks of a river, there are 25 families. Okay, you all can imagine, right? Since this is an audio podcast, you just brush up your brain and develop your imagination capacity. I don't want all of you to listen to the screen, because learning is nothing but imagining things and understanding the concept. Interesting, yes. So I want all of you to imagine there are 25 people living in the bank of a river, and if 25 people are going, waking up in the morning, going for producing food, what will happen? They started producing food for 100 people or 150 people because all of them are concentrating just on producing food. So gradually what happened was they started producing surplus of food items, and they cannot do anything because there are no neighbors, only these 25 people, and they are producing food for 100 people. And then they started thinking, no, you should never do this. Let's split our work like this. Let 20 people go and produce food. Let this 20 people go and do some trade activities. Let 10 people go and do the commerce activities. Let 2 people do some literature activities. Likewise, gradually people started realizing that let us do different works so that we can share all these things for other people as well, so that we can lead a very settled life. Oh my God, what an imagination, what a kind of a coordination that they had at that point of time. Superb, yes. So some people gave up food production and adopted some other jobs such as crafts and trade. And what they did was they gradually moved away from the villages, because villages were totally focusing on agriculture production, and they started moving from these villages to some other parts of the place, and they developed commerce and trading activities. And you know what happened? And that area gradually developed into cities. So that's the history behind the generation of villages and cities. Interesting. All right. So they moved away from the villages, which were the centers of agriculture, and set up centers of trade and commerce, which later got transformed into cities. Thus, the areas which were centers of trade emerged as cities. So, wherever people engaged in trading activities or commerce activities, that area gradually developed into cities. This culture of advanced cities is the beginning of civilization. So, whenever people started concentrating on activities like commerce and trading and all these things, gradually that improved the lifestyle of people there, and those areas gradually become cities, and that actually led to the beginning of an important thing called civilization. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, listen, you are all going to listen to an important question that you can expect in your competitive exams or even your school exams or college exams. For 1 mark question, even name the following question or even fill in the blanks question. What is civilization? Let's learn together. Okay, I've got a few points for you to remember what is civilization. Now take your fingers. Your finger number 1 says civilization means a highly advanced culture. You can see a highly advanced culture. That is point number 1. A highly advanced culture with, you can see the presence of towns and cities there. Am I right? Yes. So a highly advanced culture with towns and cities. And you all know well that people in that particular area were engaged in trading and business activities. So, and craft activities and as well. So a highly advanced culture with towns and cities, crafts and trade, even literature. Because see, when people started improving their educational or, they improve intellectual level, they started writing things and people became interested in literature activities as well. So these are all gradual things that happened when people started developing themselves. So a highly advanced culture with towns and cities, crafts and trade, literature, and even an organized form of government, because people started understanding that whenever some rivals happen, whenever some conflicts happen, they want a particular person to solve that problem. So that led to the appointment of the main person of a village who can find solution for their problems, and there will be people helping this particular main person to find solution to these problems. And gradually, this is the way how the government system has arrived, or government system has established in our society. So how beautifully you have answered this question. What is civilization? Yeah, it's the first point is point number 1. It is a highly advanced culture. Point number 2, with towns and cities. Point number 3, crafts and trade. Point number 4, literature. And most importantly, point number 5, an organized form of government. Pause. Say for yourself, what is literature? What is civilization? Pause. Say by yourself, yes, correct. A highly advanced culture with trade and, with towns and cities, crafts and trade, literature, and an organized form of government. So, expect this question in any form in your question paper. Now, we are going to start the most crucial element of this chapter, that is Indus Valley Civilization, and super interesting. Let's start. Okay. I have a word for you. Remember, See, whenever you study things like Indus Valley civilization flourished approximately between 2500 BCE and 2500 BCE. See, the text that right now I am referring to has clearly mentioned that, see, if possible, I will link this, the Amazon link of this text. I'm not sure whether it is available in Amazon or not. If available, I'll put the link in the description box and also in the comment box and pin it for your reference. Otherwise, I will pin the important textbooks that will give you a decent idea about history history classes. All right, okay, do check out. All right, so coming back to the important point. Okay, this is not theory, this is just a piece of information for you. Understand. See, if you refer to one textbook, sometimes you can read that Indus Valley civilization flourished between 2900 BCE to 2600 BCE. In some other textbook, it might be 2500 to 1000. In some other textbook, it might be 2400 to... Why? Because there is no crystal clear evidence to prove that Indus Valley civilization existed between this particular time period. So, in different textbook, different interferences will be there. So, how will you tackle this question? Imagine if you are going to appear a competitive exam with negative marks, and if you see 4 options with confusing time range, it's purely up to you whether you will tick it or not, whether you will answer that question or not, because the examiner has a different thought about that question, or he'll be referring a textbook which is entirely different from the textbook that you are referring to. So there is a possibility that your answer can be wrong, even if you are sure that in your textbook the answer is this thing. So that's the challenge behind answering these kind of questions. So purely up to you. But if you are appearing for some school exams or college exams, some descriptive examinations, never mind. Some changes is okay, acceptable. Okay, leave all those points. I'm gonna bring you your attention back to this class. Indus Valley civilization. In this text, it is mentioned that it flourished approximately between 2500 to 1500 BCE. However, traces were also found that this civilization even existed even after 1500 BC. That's why in some textbook it might have been mentioned that 1400 or 1200, something like that. Understood? Yeah. Yes, I've got an important question for you. Name the world's first 4 important civilizations. First 4 important civilizations in the world. The first one is Harappan civilization. Number 2 is Mohenjo-daro. Mesopotamian civilization. So first one is the Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization. Second one is Mesopotamia, and it is in modern Iraq. Third one is Chinese, and the fourth one is Egyptian. Okay, now remember, close your eyes. I'm going to ask you this question. World's first 4 civilizations. Come on. Yes, there you are. Indus Valley civilization. Second one is, hello, listen to me. What's the second one? Correct. That's it. Mesopotamian civilization. Third one, Chinese. Fourth one is Egyptian. Absolutely right. All right. So in India, let's focus on India. In India, the first developed cities were found in the valleys of river Indus. See, usually, we have already discussed that people love to settle near the river banks because it will make their life much more easier. So definitely civilizations might have flourished from the banks of river. And most importantly, the first city development happened in India in the valley of river Indus. This river Indus is super important because India got its name from the river Indus. Even Indus Valley civilization got its name from the river Indus. Oh my God, this Indus is super important as far as we Indians are concerned. So never ever forget this name, Indus Valley civilization. So Indus Valley civilization got its name from this river Indus. And it is also called as Harappan civilization. So remember, whenever you see the word Harappan civilization, never get it confused. Oh my God, Harappan civilization, I've heard it somewhere. And even I've learned about Indus Valley civilization. Oh my God, so many civilizations are bringing lots of confusions and headaches for us. Oh my God, both are the same headache. Harappan civilization and Indus Valley civilization, both are same. Remember. But you might be confused why it is called so Harappan civilization, why there is a beautiful name called Indus Valley civilization. The reason is Harappa was the first site of this civilization to be excavated. So the first site to be excavated in relationship with Indus Valley civilization was Harappa. That's a place, Harappa. So you heard a word called excavation, and you might be confused what exactly that word means. Excavation means to remove or find something by digging. Imagine that you are, standing in the soil, and using a sharp object you are trying to dig that soil and try to get something out of it, imagining that okay, you will get some gold coin out of it, you will get some precious stones from the soil. Exactly the same process, because sometimes in the primitive life, some landslides must have happened, some attack from dinosaurs or something like that might have happened. And all the things that the primitive men were using were covered under this soil. And to get that, definitely what should we do is we used to dig the soil and try to collect things that were there, that shows the evidences of the existence of life of people at that point of time. Okay, and the first site to be excavated was Harappan, and that's why Indus Valley civilization was beautifully called as Harappan civilization. It's that simple, right? Yes. Okay, the extent and the main sites. We have already discussed that the first cities of Indus Valley to be excavated were that of Harappan and the Mohenjo-daro and the banks of river. Come on, river Indus, right? So the first one was Harappan and the second one was Mohenjo-daro. So Harappa spelling is Harappa, Harappa. Mohenjo-daro, Mohan, M-O-H-E-N, Mohan, J-A, Daro, D-A-R-O. See, I'm sorry if I pronounce it in a different way. That's my style of pronouncing things, which makes the task easy for me. So whatever style that you can adopt, whatever pronunciation means that you want to adopt in your life, go ahead. Ultimately, we need to study things and get the marks, right? Yes. Fine. All right. So further excavations indicated the vast extent of the civilization spread over the large portions of northwestern and some parts of central India. Yes. See, if I want to explain this point, I want all of you to imagine things. So why I'm going to explain these things means, see, here this sentence will help you understand the extent in which Indus Valley civilization, the presence of Indus Valley civilization was there at that point of time throughout India, even in other countries as well. Okay, so the various things that used by people belonging to Indus Valley civilization were excavated from different places in India and even outside India as well. So that is what is specified here. The vast extent of this civilization spread over larger parts of northwestern and even the central India. What is northwestern portion of India? What is central portion of India? Okay, you are all listening to me. You are not seeing anything. I don't have anything to show you. So I want you to imagine what is northwestern portion of India. What is central India? Imagine you are standing in front of a wall, and you have hung the map of India right in front of you. So there is an Indian map in the wall and you are standing right in front of you. Okay, focus on the central portion. Look at the center portion of India. You can imagine India, right? You all know how India is. All right, beautiful. Yes, so you started focusing on the central portion of India, and starting from that central portion of India, the one which comes in the upper region is called as the northern portion, and the one in the down portion is called as the southern India. So northern India and southern India. To make it simple, Kerala lies in the lower portion. Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh all belongs to southern portion, and the upper portion like Kashmir, UP, all these things, Punjab, all the upper portions constitute the Punjab, leave Punjab, that upper portion. Uttarakhand, all these portions constitute the northern one. Okay, now you know what is north. Okay, so once again imagine that India map is right in front of you and you are standing in front of that map. Now slowly raise your left hand. Okay, you raised your left hand. So the left hand actually shows the area. See, look at the portion of your left side in the Indian map. Look at the portion of your left side in the Indian map, that is in the upper portion. That area constitutes the western portion. That means the area which includes Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat and all these areas. That exactly constitutes the western portion. Now it's super clear for you what exactly the northwestern portion. Alright, okay. So, next one is the central India. That is nothing but the center of India. The area which includes Maharashtra and all those things. Okay, now into the important question. See, all these areas right from the northern portion, imagine that you start your eyes from the northern tip of India where portion of India, and slowly you gradually go down and come to the central India. And from all these areas, the people were able to collect evidences to show that Indus Valley civilization existed in all these portions. So, in the larger parts of northwestern and some parts of central India, which includes Rajasthan, western India, Sindh and even Baluchistan. This Sindh and Baluchistan is not in India. That's why I told you this civilization not only existed in India but also in other portions, other countries as well. So, the Harappan civilization and the city of Harappa was discovered accidentally in 1856 when the British engineers John and William Burton were laying the East Indian Railway Company line connecting the cities of Karachi and Lahore. I'm sorry to tell you that in most of the competitive exams it was written that Harappan civilization was discovered by Dayaram Sahni in the year 1921. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not sure, in this textbook it is mentioned that even before 1921, Harappan civilization was discovered by two engineers, John and William Burton. William Burton, B-U-R-T-O-N. John and William Burton in the year 1856. And that was truly an accidental discovery, because these engineers were engaged in laying East Indian Railway Company line connecting the cities of Karachi and Lahore. And accidentally they might have discovered, but finally my interpretation is it was officially been declared as maybe Dayaram Sahni in 1921, maybe because of that. So keep these 2 points in your mind. Depends. So, and also in this textbook it is mentioned that nearly 150 sites of this civilization has been discovered so far. And interestingly, if you Google this point, you will see that more than 1,000 sites has been discovered so far. Again, it's up to you what to study or not. Leave it. See, the most important cities of this civilization were Harappa. I told you that's why even this Indus Valley civilization is called as Harappan civilization. And where is this Harappa situated? It's in Punjab province. You might have mistaken. This Punjab is in India. I'm so sorry to tell you this is not just Punjab in India. It is called as Punjab province, which is in Pakistan. Oh, okay. If you get a chance to visit Pakistan, you can see the board Punjab province. Don't think that you are in India, you are in Pakistan. All right. Going to Pakistan is, okay, leave it. All right. So, Harappa is in Punjab province, which is in Pakistan, and the second site is Mohenjo-daro. So the first one is Harappan site, the second one is Mohenjo-daro. Where is Mohenjo-daro? Important question. It's in Sindh. That is also is in Punjab. It's in Pakistan. Okay, Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, both forming parts of Pakistan. Now into the third important site, a city called as Chanhudaro. Chanhudaro. What's the spelling? Chan, C-H-A-N, Chan, Hu, H-U, Daro, D-A-R-O. Chanhudaro, C-H-A-N-H-U-D-A-R-O. Chanhudaro is the name of the third site. Where is it situated? Is it in India or Pakistan? Let's see. Around 130 kilometers south of Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. 130 kilometers south of Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, you can see another site called as Chanhudaro. So sadly, it is in Pakistan, not in India. Now into the fourth site, that is Lothal, which is in Gujarat. It's in India, Lothal. So the first one in India is Lothal. So till now we have gone through 4 sites like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Chanhudaro, and the fourth one is Lothal. Fifth one is Kalibangan, K-A-L-I-B-A-N-G-A-N, Kalibangan, which is in northern Rajasthan. That means imagine the state of Rajasthan and the top portion constitute northern Rajasthan. And there you can see the site Kalibangan. A sixth settlement called as Banawali, Banawali. Banawali is situated in Hisar district in Haryana. HH. You can beautifully connect that Hisar district in Haryana. And what's the site? What's the name of the site in Hisar district, Haryana? It's called as Banawali. Then comes another city of the civilization is called Dholavira. Dholavira, it's in Gujarat. Dholavira is in Gujarat. Thus, the Harappan civilization was well spread out and covered parts of Punjab, Haryana, Sindh, Balochistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan and western Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so this is all about the introduction of Indus Valley civilization and the extent and the main sites of Indus Valley civilization. So, let's stop this class till this point, and we have lots and lots of interesting sessions coming in the upcoming videos. Like we'll be discussing the special features like town planning, streets, drainage systems, and it's beautiful and brilliant how we could imagine how beautifully they might have dealt with all those things. It's interesting, super interesting. And even we'll be dealing with the life of the people there, what were their economic activities, their occupations, their trade, even the style they adopted for producing food, and the kind of administration, the social classes and script and entertainment activities, and even the religion, and even about the decline of the civilizations will be coming right in the upcoming videos. So never forget to follow us. You will be definitely loaded with information from this audio podcast. And don't ever complain that, okay, why don't you go for some written notes? Never. I don't want you to go for some written notes. And even there will be situations that I'm forced to show you some important notes. In that situations, definitely I'll be showing you notes, but not at all in other chapters, because this is the way how you can develop your imagination. And when you sit in your examination center, even in your life, in your future as well, you can imagine things, and all these points will be right in your heart. Okay, that's my style of teaching subjects. Okay, so if you like this content, if you like this chapter, do subscribe this channel and support us by sharing this video among your friends, and also like this video. Okay, so see you guys on the next video. Till then, happy studying, enjoy. All right, bye-bye.